All right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Bacha HaKodash. Daban is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this morning's, I'm sorry. In this late night lesson, I wanted to do a response onto this video here that was put up by the World Governments Summit, which is taking place right now. You have these world leaders coming together to discuss worldly matters and making plans for the future, how they want it to be, and whatever, the heathen doing what the heathen do, right? And so when I came across this video here, I was like, are we ready for human 2.0? And I paused for a second, like, yep. They're going to be pushing this transhumanism, human 2.0 doctrine and, BS in the earth. Now with Esau, in particular with Elon Musk, they're using Neuralink pretty much to give individuals who have lost their faculties, so to speak, bodily movements and whatever. They're giving them Neuralink, to give them some sense of mobility, some sense of control, whatever. But they really want to heal these people completely. That's their goal, right? That excuse me. They want to use their technology to make these people whole again. Okay? Pretty much heal them, right? Of their situations. And you're going to hear this guy here in the video speak about, him having a freak accident, but him now having Neuralink and how it's helping him out, yada, yada, yada. The ultimate goal is to heal these people completely, okay? They want to restore them back whole using technology. And when or if they do, right, if they ever can get a paralyzed person to walk again or whatever, okay, let's say a paralyzed person, like this guy in the chair. If they ever get them to actually walk again, build their brain implant, that's going to be a miracle before the world. With social media, that's going to be a miracle before the world, and people will flock in droves, okay, to get this implant, because it's not going to help, only help people walk again, so to speak, but it's going to help and cure all other kind of, bodily ailments, so to speak, right? This is what they're promising. So I'm gonna play a couple minutes of this here, maybe even 2 or 3 minutes, possibly, maybe a little longer. But I just want you to hear and listen in to these people, bro, because this human 2.0 stuff is going to be pushed more and more in the media. Okay, people who are paraplegics and all these different, bodily situations. Okay, they're going to be the test subjects, as we were seeing, for these brain implants, right? And through using them as a guinea pig, they're going to perfect the brain implants. This is what they're aiming for. This is what Elon Musk, he said it. So here we go.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Nolan, really appreciate you coming all the way to Dubai to share your story. I'll summarize your story, and then you can kick things off. 10 years ago, you had a freak accident. It left you without the ability to move or feel beneath the shoulders. You heard about Neuralink, Elon Musk's famous project. You didn't think you'd ever be considered. It sounds like you kind of joked in your introductory notes to him. It turns out they were looking for a needle in the haystack, somebody who was healthy, somebody who was sharp of mind, and somebody who was willing to be the first patient. You're the needle. Tell us what a difference it's made, and tell us exactly what happened, how it worked. You have a chip with little threads planted in your frontal cortex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like you said, I never thought I would be selected ever. I had applied for quite a few studies, spinal cord injury studies, things of that nature, a big database, and I never heard back. So something with Elon Musk's name attached to it, it just seemed like a different world. I never thought I would be in this position, but I guess they were looking for someone like me. I don't know why. I don't know what that means exactly. But yeah, so how it works, like you said, I have a chip that was implanted onto my skull, and there are 64 threads with 16 electrodes on each thread. I think that's about right. Implanted in my motor cortex on my left side of my brain, specifically correlating to my right hand movement. Obviously, I can't really move, but all the signals are still there. When we did an fMRI, it's just what lit up most on the scans. And so now I can control the computer with my thoughts. That's kind of the very basic level of it all. Yeah,
And as you control the computer with your mind, what types of things you're doing? You're obviously proficient at video games. What other things are you doing with your mind?
Yeah, so video games came first. It was something that I had a passion for before my accident. I had a lot of fun playing games. It's one of the first things that I did after I got full control of the Neuralink. I just played video games for hours, and it was great. But over the years, not having spent a lot of time playing video games for 8 years, I quickly moved on to other things, how I could improve my life, what I could do now that I couldn't before. Controlling a computer, I think a lot of people take for granted what they're able to do, what they can do with just a computer. For me, it became reconnecting with the world in some way, whether that's through social media or texting or emailing. I just was reconnecting with my friends and family and people who I'd never met, doing interviews and all sorts of things, and I was scheduling everything. And then moving on to starting a business, what that looks like. Am I capable of it? And turns out I can do a lot more than I thought I could. And then going back to school, I had my injury a couple months after my senior year of college, and I was a terrible student then, so I didn't finish my degree, but I decided to go back to school. So last semester was my first time back. I took 22 credit hours. I got a 4.0, so I was much more capable than, like I said, I thought I was. Went back for neuroscience because it's something that I am very interested in now, and maybe someday I'll continue that and get some sort of a master's and PhD and be able to affect the field a bit more than I am now.
Thank you so much for sharing. It's amazing. Sheriff, you brought...
Yeah, so he's the Neuralink guy, the first recipient, brain implant, all that good stuff. Okay, he can move stuff with his, control computer with his mind and whatnot, but they want more. Okay, they want more. They want to be able to really get him out of that chair. Okay, they want to make it to where they actually make him walk again. All right, have all this, mobility back. If they get it to that level, bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy out here in these streets. Go to the, average person, ask them if they want a brain implant. They'll say, hell no. I'm like, no. But you tell them, hey, you're going to have special powers with this implant, and then they'll consider it. They're going to consider it, bro. And a lot of people are going to take it. Right? The Apostle John saw it. The Apostle John saw people getting brain implants. He saw them taking the C-hip in their hands. This is no joke. These people are just test trials, all right? These people who are paraplegics, all these, stuff, they're test trials. They're test dummies to what they really want to do. I always think back to the interview that Klaus Schwab said back in 2017. This man said, and I quote, he says, 10 years from now, which would be 2027, right? He said, you all will have a brain implant. And I will be able to read how you feel. I'll be able to know your thoughts, how you move. And I'm sitting here like, what the hell did he just say, bro? I rewinded to make sure. He said, I'll be able to read your thoughts because you have a brain implant. So this is something serious, man. This is something that they really want to push out into the world. Okay? And even Elon Musk said, that he want to get a brain implant so he can keep up with AI and not be left behind. So this is something that these devils are working on. Okay? But it ain't good. It ain't good, man. You take that brain implant you want to, you get these devils control over you, man. These people are paraplegic, they just test dummies, okay? But they're using them to improve the brain implant. These are facts. Now, I wonder, how they're going to go about this cell phone situation. They're saying, we won't have cell phones by 2030. There will be no cell phones. It's going to be implanted in your body. What the hell they're going to put in people's bodies? To replace the cell phone. This is the madness that we got to look forward to, okay, here in the near future, man. They're serious, all right? But a human 2.0, right? People who receive the brain implants, they're humans 2.0s. They are an upgrade or better, whatever, This is craziness, okay? This is madness. But this is what the Apostle John saw. He saw people taking them brain implants, bro. That shit is wild. So I'm going to grab my scripture, man, and then I'm going to close out. I won't be too much longer. 2 Thessalonians 2:9, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. This is what we're going to see, bro. And as I was saying earlier, the goal is they will love, bro. They will love to use those implants and that technology to make people like him actually get up and walk again, right? And heal again. If they can get it to that level to where they can make somebody get out of a chair and actually walk again, people are going to flock and get that brain chip, bro. If it can do that, then what else can it do? What else can it enhance? Elon Musk said that when, once you get Neuralink, you'll be able to alter your reality. He said, if you want to see the world in infrared, you'll be able to do that with Neuralink. If you want super strength, you'll be able to do that with Neuralink. If you want to be smart as AI, you can be that with Neuralink. These are the promises of the devil, okay? But I'm telling you right now, if they would, bro, if Esau ever get to a point to where they can actually heal a person like this and make them whole again, you gonna talk about people gonna be going to them people gonna be going to them in droves, looking to be healed, looking to be connected, all kinds of things, man. People gonna flock to Esau. If that nigga do that, oh my goodness, they're gonna flock to him. Just as when Yahushua was on earth, right? And he was healing people. It says healing. Wait, look, you know what? Let's get Mark 1. Let's get Mark chapter 1. Because I like how it's worded. So in Mark chapter 1, right? Hold up. Did I pass it? Hey, okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, so this is after he cleansed that our brother who was a leper, right? Or leper, right? So it says Mark 1:42, right? This is still the same thing, of him healing the crowds of people who were with him. It says, and as soon as he had spoken, immediately the leprosy departed from him, and he was cleansed. And he straightly charged him, and forthwith sent him away, and said unto him, see thou say nothing to any man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer for thy cleansing those things which Moses commanded, for a testimony unto them. But he went out and began to publish it much, and to blaze abroad the matter. Right? He went and told everybody what Yahushua did for him, how he was cleansed. Okay? It wasn't no social media back then. It was about word of mouth. With social media, it's going to be crazy. Okay? It says, in so much that Yahushua could no more openly enter into this city, but was without in desert places, and they came to him from every quarter. If Esau were to ever heal people, bro, get it to that level, it's gonna be crazy. So many people gonna take that brain chip, all kind of chips. You watch and see. Hey man, it's coming, bro. It is coming. It's coming, bro. It's only a matter of time before these things truly manifest. All right. Listening in to these elites, I watch hella videos as they talk and speak and gather, at these world government meetings and all that stuff. The WEF, they're saying the end of 2027, 2028, right? This is where they're saying, hey, we're going to see more AI, more robotics, more brain implants in people. But Elon Musk is saying, hey, with his company, they'll be ready to deploy their robots by the end of 2027, going to 2028. You will see Tesla robots in masses, right? He said it's going to be a bunch of them out in the world at people's home. He said everybody going to want one. That's what he said. He said we'll make them affordable. Everybody going to want one. Now, when he did his little show and tell thing, maybe last year or so, when he first brought out those robots, they was talking to people, answering questions. He was showing different Teslas. He had a Tesla bus, a Tesla new car, truck, whatever it was. But he was showing it, saying, hey, look, these robots going to be $20,000. Ask him about the average person one. And we said, well, we'll try to work out something so everybody can have one. Now, he ain't the only one who's making robots, obviously, right? But Elon Musk he's more attractive to the people, so to speak, with his technology, right? And he said in a video I did on when it was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. He said that with Neuralink, people who are paraplegic or whatever, he said that they will be able to use Neuralink to control a robot with their minds. They can tap into the robot with their minds and control the robot as if it's them. So this is some high-level witchcraft. Like, this is a high-level witchcraft, high-level, magic on the left-hand side. If that shit happened, bro, come on. People gonna line up in droves to get their brain implant just so they can control the robot with their mind. That's gonna be cool to do. Okay? You don't gotta leave the house. Just upload your mind, so to speak, into your robot and then send him out into the world. And you can just stay home and do everything with the robot. This is craziness, man. Okay? This is craziness. But these things could very well happen. All right? It remains to be seen. Because I used to like to do a lot of bragging and talking, but they're all pretty much saying the same thing in so many words. How AI and robotics is going to change our future. If you get a chance, go here, bro, to the World Government Summit, okay? I've been subscribed to them and the WEF. As soon as I found out about they were having these meetings, which I know, so I didn't know nothing about it at first. But you watch these videos, man. It's hella content that you can, speak on and talk about. I mean, it's so much. It is so much, bro. They cover a lot of topics, okay? A lot of topics. But I'm just mainly, locked in on the AI videos, the robotic videos, the future, they speak about the future of science and technology. I watch all this stuff to see what they're talking about, to see what they're pushing pretty much, right? So you can go check it out if you want to, man. But just keep your head on the swivel, bro, okay? They're working. And we should be working too, But I pray those edify, man. I'll praise you. How about Shema Shai? Shalom.